Hello, everyone. Welcome back today. This is what, 3 days in a row I've managed to live stream? It's impressive for me. I'm getting back into the groove. As long as I can keep working on some of this fun stuff for work, I'll keep live streaming, which is exciting. So, over the past few streams, we've been working on Comet and getting Comet working on Maui and really digging in to the meat of how Maui works. And we were running into an issue the other day. Sorry, I'm going to set up. I forgot to actually set up all my windows. So I'm going to talk while I set those up. But during the rest of the stream, during the stream, we realized there were some bugs with Comet. And no, with the hot reload plugin. The reload plugin was not working if we double hot reloaded certain things. Like if I reloaded a handler and then I tried reloading a Comet app, it was breaking. And I dug in and started figuring that crap out. What it was when, if we look at the project settings on this thing, go to the core, which this is the Maui project, the core Maui project. If I go to edit project files, no, it doesn't even say it in there. Let's go into options. Should show me in here. .NET language version is set to 9. So we would hot reload something with 9, with C# 9, and then we would try and hot reload something with the Comet sample for some strange reason is only 7.2. 7.2. What is this? Now I fixed it so that way you can hot reload with multiple things. I just pushed the update out there. I updated the extension so you can get the new extension and it'll work. But that's what was causing the hot reload to break. I fixed it so it doesn't care, but why in the world would I not be using C# 9? I love the C# 9 syntax and I use that stuff all the time. So I want to make sure I put these, make them match. And also, Roslyn doesn't like if you say like latest and latest is 9, it's still not the same version. It actually was still complaining, which is like interesting. But I fixed that. So the Reloadify plugin will always, if you use one C# version like C# 7, and then you use C# 9, if those versions ever change, it then goes through and then when it's making the new DLL that's going to ship over so you can hot reload, it now makes sure that it uses the latest version, whatever the max version is. It'll always use that one, and it fixes all of the old C# syntax files because I get the syntax from the actual project that loaded it. But yeah, I tell it to re-parse those and use the new stuff for the syntax trees when it sends those over. So Reloadify now works. You can just keep hot reloading. So I don't have those issues I was running into the other day, which was not fun. All right, I need 2 more windows open and then I'm ready to go and I'm almost there. So today I'm still deciding what I want to work on today. If anyone has any input, I'm thinking maybe we can jump in and add some .NET 6 stuff. Maybe we'll add the .NET 6 projects in. We got images loading. The layout's still not working totally right, but we've got a lot more things working in Maui, or in Comet and Maui, which is really saying. I'm just going to run build so we could see this up in action. I can show you the fix for the hot reload. So I'm really glad I got that working because that was a pain. And it wasn't too bad to fix once I realized what was going on. And the code, it's all up on the Reloadify extension, the Reloadify GitHub repo. So you can see it in there if you want. Actually see the code that fixes that. But yeah, that's fixed. So that was fun. That's going to make my life a lot easier now that I can hot reload handlers and then instantly right after that go and hot reload the app, especially since we're going to be building apps or building handlers and building, yeah, you've got to build the code to run the handlers. All right, so it's running now. And we still have some of those layout bugs that we were having the other day. I have not fixed any of those. I didn't even try to dig into those. But if we have this up and running, I can now go into the core and we'll know it reloads because the layout fixes itself. That weird looking image will be correct. But let's go into handlers. Oh no, sorry, it's in Comet. So if we go into Comet. Oh, and also Comet was using net latest major, which in turn is version 9. I just want to make sure these are all consistent. All right, so now that that's set, let's go into handlers, go into image. Now if I hot reload this iOS one, it's going to hot reload our image fixed. We saw that update. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, if we jump back into here, I can now add some extra exclamation points to Comet and it hot reloaded. So it's super nice being able to hot reload both handlers and the app. So that really makes a big improvement to our inner dev loop. Okay, so now that that's done and working, so a couple things that we can work on. If anyone in here has opinions on what we want to do, we can net 6.5 this thing. So this thing will be on .NET 6 now. And that way everything runs in .NET 6. We can, right now we have that bug to where if you like check this, it doesn't do it, but it toggles here. We need to figure out how to fix that. That could be nasty going through bindings, but still fun. We can make the scroll view work because it's painful not having a scroll view. Any thoughts? Anything anyone wants to work on? If we do net 6, we'll be able to use some VS Code. The VS Code extension only works with net 6. Actually, am I up to date on the latest Maui stuff? Maui check. Let's have it check and make sure. Aha, it wants me to update. Let's update. All right, let's get the new Maui check. What? Hey, John, what's that all about? Last time I had to uninstall it when it did that. Maui check. Where's that thing at? I wonder what's going on there. Net 6. Wiki votes net 6. All right, she's the only one talking, so we will do net 6. I'm going to just go to the Maui repo, John's Maui.net check. .net, what is it? .net Maui check? There we go. You can't, oh, I didn't switch my screen. Thank you. Hello. So I ran Maui. I thought I switched screens and I didn't. So it says, hey, go update. And so I run the command you give me. I'm so sorry, guys. Yes, screen should now be sharing. What? I'm still sharing? Sorry, I failed. I failed miserably. I switched. Okay. So I was actually, that whole time I showed the hot reload stuff happening and working, I totally thought I was screen sharing. So we're hot reloading this stuff. And yes, hot reload's working for both the handlers. Why, hello from Brazil. That's awesome. The handlers and the app is still hot reloading. Brazil's one of those places I've never been. I've never gone too far into South America, and that's something I need to fix when we can finally travel again. I almost went to Argentina multiple times to go work with our team down there, and then it never happened. Really sad. All right, so .NET check though. I'm bouncing around. When I run it, it tells me to run the new update. I run the update, and it gives me some crazy error saying you can't do that. I'm trying to do a preview and I didn't specify the version. Is that it? If so, that'd be nice if that copy paste message told me that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run that. It's going to fail, right? Now, if I just do uninstall, it's going to delete it. And now I'll install it again. What? Do I have to specify a version? Yeah, I did that, and now it's still telling me it can't install. I just want to make sure I had all the latest bits. What's the latest release? Is it a pre-release? Is it marked as pre? To do equals or just do that? My NuGet feeds. Are my NuGet feeds? They should be fine, right? I should. Let's check. Those are fine. So is there an easy way to check what my feed is? It should have, could something from the .NET stuff reset that? I mean, sorry, from the Maui stuff? Let me, I thought that whatever Visual Studio for Mac used was the same exact stuff. I thought it shared it for some reason. .NET check NuGet feeds. Oh, is it in the, oh, that one. Okay. That would make sense. If it's doing it right, because I had the .NET config in there, which would have removed it. I bet that's it. I think you're right. You're right. Ha. Awesome. Yes. So it had what happened there, that's not his fault at all. Inside of Maui, we have a NuGet config. And that NuGet config, the first thing in it, yeah, I do. Hey, Alex, welcome. The first thing in there is clear all your NuGet sources and then add in only the ones that have all the fancy bits for Maui and the new .NET versions. So running that in that folder, used that NuGet config, cleared it out, and yeah. All right, so now let's run Maui check. And this should now get me on the latest bits of everything. And let's net6ify this stuff. Yes, I would love to install the preview. This thing is awesome. I'm still very thankful for this. Thank you, John, for making this. This thing has been a lifesaver. All right. So let's net6ify this project. I like it. And yes. Oh, whoa, hey. Yes, we'll install more missing workloads. But we'll add the P3 everything. All right. So to net6ify this stuff, I'm still going to leave the old solutions around and the old projects around. The reason is if you want to debug, it's a lot easier to debug non-net6 stuff. Just because we have a whole chicken and egg problem going on with building tooling and building SDK stuff. So that's awesome. Installing all of that. Well, that goes, let's just start on some of the grunt work of this. Oh, we do have some more cleanup we can also do at some point where we go through and in Comet, we're going to just continue cleaning up the project. The project is not clean enough yet. So let's go to Comet. What we're going to do is we still have this old Blazor thing in there, and we have that one. This one's probably very outdated. We are going to start from that one. And what's the convention they've been doing in Maui? I just want to follow that. Is it just net6? Source dash net6. All right. Dash 6. All right. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to come into here and actually change or make a copy of this. So the old one is almost the same, but this one is using MS Build SDK extras. So we're going to need to come into here and edit this so it doesn't anymore. So it uses, my hotkey's not working. That's not fun. That's weird. All right. Well, that's going. Let's also now go and verify. Again, I like to copy and paste stuff because I don't want to mess up. And so we're going to put this in here. And it's not much to do. A lot of it, you'll notice the main difference between these is, wait, did I call dash net? Did I forget the net6? Oh, well. So you'll notice at the top, we have MS Build SDK extras. And this one, I'm going to actually switch these around because it's just the way my brain works. Let's minimize, let's close the Solution Explorer. Let's make this nice and wide. So the main thing is we're going to need to change this net6 SDKs or change the MS Build SDK extra stuff to the net SDK. Now after that, ooh, what's this Maui platforms thing? I didn't know about that. What that does is I know we have the .NET 6 dash Android and all of that, but where's that coming from? Is it coming from the targets? If so, this path is not going to be right. I'm going to have to modify it. I already am bringing the multi-target stuff. So let's bring that stuff in too, because I'm guessing that's what's going to give me these Maui targets. And we should match what Maui targets are going to do. And the nice thing they're doing for us in there is they're going to do some fanciness to where they bring in and out like the windows, if we're on Windows or not, so we don't have to have multiple solutions. Just fix those paths. And I'm guessing that's where that's coming from. Why are we still building Net Standard 2 though? All right, so let's save that. Let's go now rename that because that's oh no, that's the core one. Like I forgot the 6 and how's it still showing it there? All right, so let's put 6 in there. Now let's just start by launching, or let's do the sample too while we're at it. Actually, for the sample stuff, we can now switch to a single sample. And I have the hello catalyst. Oh no, those were ones I was doing. Let's go snag those from .NET slash it is, there's .NET mobile samples. All right, so we're just gonna, I have this cloned, I believe. Pretty sure I do. Yes, I do. Let's grab the latest repository. Let's open in Finder. We're going to snag that sample and we're just going to start from there. So let's grab the hello. The hello iOS is just iOS. Don't we have one that is everything in here? Is it the hello Maui one? I just want to see what these targets are. Okay, that only is Net 6 iOS, Net 6 Android. We'll start with that, but then we're also going to add in the Mac Catalyst stuff because I want Catalyst support. All right, so perfect. So we're going to grab this hello Maui and we're going to bring this into our samples. And this is nice because this is Comet Net 6 sample. All right, we'll just do Comet, we'll follow the same pattern we have been doing. Net 6 dot sample. All right, let's rename this. Net 6 dot sample. Going to edit this to add in. It's just conditioned. Oh, wait, it is in there? In the hello. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Nope, it's right there. Perfect. We're good to go. I should have read more code. Okay, we're set. I like it. All right, now let's launch this solution and let's get this thing rebuilt. Okay, hotkeys worked that time. Make that bigger. And to be honest, we should try it in VS Code. Let me get the solution right first. And let's just see what's up. All right. Unable to find TV. Am I missing something that I need to install? Because that's not launching. We're going to have the same thing on the Comet core. Let me add it and just see what happens. So Comet, source, Comet, Net 6. Now we're going to delete the old Comet one because we don't need that anymore. Yeah, TV SDK. Maybe I need to restart Visual Studio since I did the Maui check. That's probably what it is. Let's reload that. Okay, so let's launch that again. We're going to have to remove a few things out of the sample. And Net 6, root namespace. Wow, I copied all this stuff over. That is not right. Comet. How'd that happen? Comet. Oh, because I just copied it over. We're just going to rename this to Comet. All of this is wrong since I copied it over. So let's look at, yeah, that should be fine. Let's fix a bunch of these things. We're almost done with that. So if I look at the old Comet one, delete that, delete NuGet config. Let's launch a bunch of bouncing around here. Sorry, guys. Hopefully we'll get this up and running really quick. Comet. No, source. Comet. Music. That'll help. Always helps. All right, so we'll launch this. Now, inside of here, I just want to grab these paths. No, that's not right. These paths. Oops. Because we're going to need those. Not in the sample one. Not in that, but in... Oh, I just renamed the whole wrong solution. Core. Core and Comet are too close to each other. Killing me. All right. So we have Comet. Let's just see where we're at in the IDE. Let's just start there. All right. Hey, that's working. All right. So we're going to remove this one. For now, I'm tempted to remove the tests, but we'll leave them there. Let's add in Comet again. Get in here. So what we're going to do is we'll just add source Comet net6. And this is going to get so much cleaner when Comet is just one solution. I mean, sorry, one project, one folder in there. We're not going to have all those other folders in there soon. Yeah, I think it just freaked out because I updated all of the SDKs while it already had a solution up and running. Makes sense. I can see getting mad over that. Let's move my... Come on, Keycaster. Keycaster's locked. Almost. I can almost drag it by my head. All right. There we go. That looks good. Okay. Let that restore. Net6 is coming in. Beautiful. Core's there. So now we can add these dependencies, which should already be there. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So now we are going to clear these out. All right. So if we add in this new existing project, we can now have comet.samples net6 samples up top. Oh, I have that sorted by date. I'm like, why? That's not in alphabetical order. It's really confusing. All right, so we have this thing building now. This is actually using a lot of the stuff we don't want. So we're gonna have to clean this puppy up. Bringing in the Maui NuGet is fine, but we're just gonna do it all from source. And we're gonna come in here and actually delete all this XAML stuff because we don't want that. Goodbye, XAML. Now I'm actually going to delete the startup and the main window because we are going to snag those from our sample. In this case, I do want to just bring our sample in so we can use the same exact sample for both. All right, done. Now inside of app delegate, Maui application, what do we call this? My app? My app. And we need to also add references. We did not add in cores, essentials, and Comet. Now, if we look into Comet, let's edit this CS proj really quick. Let's make sure namespace name, good, good, good. We'll clean some of that stuff up, but that's good enough for now. All right, so let's save that. Let's let this thing think for a minute. And might as well, let's do a new Comet window or new VS Code window. I'm going to update the extension because I think I told it to update. We're going to check and see if CI is working. CI built. Did it, and I added a tag as I was told I needed to. Let's see if that updated the extension. Okay. How do I find out if there's a new version? No, that's 3.2. 3.5 is the latest. Let me go check the marketplace. And version. No, it did not auto update. So CI is not doing its job. That's okay. What we'll do is we're just going to. Yeah, I did. There's a release. We have a release 28 minutes ago. So I don't know. Your release didn't go either. The last one that went was this 3.2 we did. So that's right. What I'm going to do for now while we figure out CI is I'm just going to rebuild the plugin from scratch. Repository, open in terminal. Now this needs PowerShell to build. I can't remember, what is it? PSW? How do you get into PowerShell again if I haven't installed? Can I just run the PowerShell? Let's rogue comma. That YAML will get you. PS1. I don't think that'll run. There we go. Thanks, Sweeky. PowerShell. Okay. I can never remember that. Ooh, and by default, that'll do all, which should go and build us a new Visix. Sweeky, our VS Code Comet plugin does not auto deploy to the store like it should. We think you did something. We think you messed up the YAML. So I think you need to fix it. All right. Easiest way to find this, open dot. Now, oh, we didn't upgrade the version. Which one of these is from today? Let's just delete them both. Move to trash. I can tell it just to build the physics, I thought. See, the problem is we have lots of DevOps, lots and lots of DevOps that need fixing. The Comet VS Code's not working. Comet's not working. It did not build it. All right, let's look at the build PS1. All right. Debug. Oh, it's capital physics. Let's see if that'll do it. My terminals are not opening. There we go. Why isn't that running? I just want to try and read this output, see if there's anything useful in there. It's packing the extension. Perfect. That's what it should do. Creating physics. Right there. There it is. There she blows. I don't know why I had to do build all. Build just should do that. All right, so now we'll just install that into our extensions. Install from physics. No, you're not going to give me the pop-up? I did not. Wow, did you see how slow that was going? What is going on with my computer? Mono SGen is taking up a lot. It stopped. Just going to leave that up so I can monitor what's going on over there. All right, so let's go back to, I'm just restarting VS Code. See if I can get that to install now. There we go. That's the window I was expecting. All right, reload now. Happy to. All right, so now we can open up a folder and we're just going to go to Comet. Actually, we can do it from in here. Projects, Comet. I don't like this sort order. What's that by? Group by none. Yes. Don't save. All right, so now let's close a bunch of windows. I have not tested this in a while. We haven't even tested it in normal VS yet, but we're going to see if VS Code will work. It should. And I didn't check, but I'm guessing my audio is good today. I've had so many issues with the audio lately. I spent like half an hour fiddling with it's probably closer to an hour fiddling with different audio settings before I started today, just to make sure it sounded okay. All right. It's almost done loading this. So we have our sample. And inside a sample, we have net6 sample. Oh, did I add references? I might not have finished that. No, I did. I did. Yeah, I don't think there is. We'll check because I was following. Yeah, there's not. And we'll check comment net6 too. Nope, we're good. All right, so this loaded. So now I should be able to. Didn't pick up my project. Which one did it not like? Let's search in here for 6. Oh, you don't have anything labeled net6? All right. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. In here, it's not showing my sample. It didn't even try to scan it. That's very odd. It's right there. Is it doing this based off solutions? Did it find? Target. How do I switch which one it's trying to target? No, the problem is, check it out. In Comet, it has, it used this solution, not this one. Can I specify the solution? Well, let's Google that. There's an SLN. Oh, right here. I had no idea that was there. Let's switch to Comet net6. Yeah, I see it now. All right, so let's let that parse. OmniSharp takes its sweet time doing this. But now that should find the right one. I had no idea that was there. All right, so that goes. All right, well, that goes. I'm going to try it from here because that's going to take it a few minutes to build. I don't think I can actually run this. I just want to see if it'll at least build. Let's get some net6 goodness going in here. But you'll notice there's a lot of things that are a lot nicer here. Having iOS, Android, the single project stuff is awesome. And none of this can compile because that's in comment.samples, right? I'm just going to throw this in to make it easier. All right, that's there. Android. Android's going to need that too. All right, so we'll throw that in there. I was expecting it to blow up on me. I wasn't expecting it to actually build. But I just wanted to see if I could get some of the stuff working before we would switch over to VS Code. That 6 sample, it's working. It's on the right sample. All right, so now we're going to click on this device. Now I don't have to click on the device. I can just do my hotkey for building. And what happens if I do my MacBook? Is that just going to do the catalyst for me? No, it's still saying target net 6. We'll see. I have no idea what it's going to do if I target my Mac. Info.plist not found. All right, so let's go back to that build. Under net, where was that? Under, which one was that under? All right, we're just gonna run it again. Terminal, that's where it's at, terminal. There we go. All right. That's interesting because there is an info.plist right there. It could be, let me just switch it to. So is this not going to build then for me, John? Or is it because I was doing the Mac? Although I figured we weren't even getting that far. All right, we might not get very far in this net6 stuff, guys. All right, let's try Android. Oh, hey, if I do net6 sample, let's do Mac Catalyst. Oh, that just happened on iOS. Let's just try Mac Catalyst. See if that goes. Or let's just run .NET restore then if that's an issue. And should I don't know if I should specify the solution. Yes, I should. Comet dot. Oh, net6 lowercase. I need to be consistent on that. Oh no? Oh, dash. Dash. Yes, somewhere I do. I have them here in the root, except I didn't remove everything because I'm using I didn't do the remove all. Do we need that first? Because I didn't. Clear. But I have it there. No, but it says it does the restore. Okay, we'll try Android. I wonder if it's because I didn't add the NuGet directly. I added the project. That's one thing I changed. Because the other one had a NuGet to it. I wonder if something's coming in on that NuGet that we can just try. If we do that though, the NuGet's not going to have all the things I need since I'm working on a special branch. So there might be a target file I need to add to the solution. All right, so let's go look at the samples from Maui. I'm guessing they're in there. Do we have a net6 sample in there? If so, I thought it would have been in controls. Samples. There it is. Okay. Let's go see what we're missing. Okay, and then here is control sample. No, not control sample. We want not an external. We want to go to our sample and this guy. All right, we're going to put this one to the side. Now let's go through and see what we're missing. I'm not seeing brings in essentials, brings in those. I don't see it bringing in any targets. So am I missing something on my branch? Should this work from the net? Let's just try the hand. Let's just do a sanity check. We're going to do the, yeah, but we've got to bring them into the sample somehow. Because I'm bringing in the same exact stuff. I'm not bringing in net 6. That could be it. So these are the wrong solutions. Let's try fixing those. Let's bring in the core and essentials net 6. Wasn't the CS prod right there? All right, let's go back to source. Essential source. All right, let's add the net 6 stuff. I think that will make a world of difference. I wonder if I should even convert this thing over to be, because now its dependencies are wrong. Let's just do it. Why not? And then this is nothing fancy. I didn't think this was anything special. Actually, it shouldn't matter. It's a net standard. It should be fine. It's net standard. Not going to worry about that one. Let's, you can do it. Okay, essentials is added. Let's now add in source. No, external source. Source. Now we're gonna add in core source core dash net 6. All right, so that should cover what we need there. So now once this ever finishes adding that, we'll add them both as dependencies to Comet net 6. External Maui. And again, when you guys go to upgrade to net 6, you're not going to have all the issues that we're having. This is just chicken and egg, lots of chicken and egg issues. Building it from source while trying to do everything that the NuGet should do. You're going to have a fancy NuGet. Not me. Let's just try that, see how that goes. All right, so that's done now. Let's add dependencies. Wait, what? Why? Why can't I add essentials? It could be, I don't know. Thanks. See you later, John. That one lets me add it. Just see if it hasn't finished loading. All right, so let's add this in. Yeah, that's building in all the build props come in there. Just see if it's better when these finish restoring. Let's go check on that other project. Hey, that's building. Hasn't done anything yet, but that's doing something. Gonna finish. All right, we're just gonna leave that for a second. I figured it might not have. Oh, it does. All right, we don't need this launch. That's old stuff. Why did my hotkeys did not? My computer's crying, guys. It is legit crying. All right, abort. Oh, it does not like trail. Jason does not like trailing commas. All right, so run that. That's working. Woohoo! It's working. All right, so it definitely works from the NuGet. That's awesome. Hello, Catalyst. All right, that means we can make this work. We can do it. Let's try iOS really quick. Which iPod Touch is what's running. No, that wasn't Comet. This is me testing the Hello Maui sample just to make sure it works from the NuGet. If it does, that gives me hope that I can make it work from Comet. So the IDE is obviously locked up, still trying to restore packages. We're going to restart the IDE. We're going to fix those references. And then we'll be in good shape. We're getting there. We're getting there. Just have a few things to deal with first. All right, let's get through this. We're getting somewhere. But doing it in VS Code is pretty slick. Can't deny that. And if I go into Hello Maui, all right, go, go, go. Do your thing. What's it stuck on? I don't see it doing anything. No. Aha, there we go. All right, I think it was just I think I quit. I got impatient and quit too soon. That's what I think happened there. I was just impatient. Well, now we have control libraries that are consistent across all platforms. Come November, when we first launch it, no, it won't. Is that a goal of ours? Yes, yes, it is. If you actually follow along in the Discord where where the Maui team talks, the Maui team has been talking about styles and things like that even today. How do we set up styles so they're consistent? I want us, in the end, styles compile down to a dictionary. That's really what it's gonna what it goes around. And Comet has a bunch of helpers to make that nice and simple to do it in C#. So we'll get that stuff in there. We'll see. Hey, Marum, thanks for the follow. I wonder what's up with my overlays. I don't remember them switching to something like that. I need to go check with Stream Elements or whatever it is. Streamlabs, yeah, it's weird. All right. But out of the gate, no, we won't. Is that long-term goal? Yes, yes, it is. So you'll see stuff, especially now that we have system.graphics in there, which gives us an easy to use cross-platform graphics library. You'll see some good stuff coming. I know, it's weird. I used to have cooler ones with like, I don't know. All right, so let's launch this again. And you'll notice the VS Code is now debugging that iOS app. So awesome. And it launched. Same app now. And hey, wait, we have a scroll view? I thought we didn't do scroll view yet because I didn't do it in Comet. How come they have a scroll view? I know why they have a scroll view. It's because they're bringing in the whatever it's called, the not Maui stuff. They're bringing in all of the, I'm trying to remember what we call it, the legacy stuff. We have a way to bring in legacy renderers, and that's what they're doing. Ooh, update from David this morning. What did David say? Ah, yeah. See, that's the sample I'm running, that right there. And all of this stuff was brought into the Comet branch. We've got it caught up with this stuff. So we have that in there. All right, so that app is running, but that's why they have a fancy scroll view. They're using the compatibility stuff, which we don't want to use. All right, so that's loaded. Let's see if we can get these added in here. Let's add some references. Why? Why? You are compatible. We're going to cheat. I don't care. We're just going to cheat. Didn't I? I thought I added them to the samples. Was it this one I added it to? Wait. This has two. That one we don't need. We don't need two. All right, let's go copy these ones. There we go. Take that for not being able to reference it. All right, so now that that's done, let's see if doing that fixes it in VS Code. That's 6. Oh, I've got it running on the Android one. Android, we didn't try. Nope, it is not happy. What is this so unhappy about? Okay. So it's not compatible with the Net 6. But that's not Net standard. What are we doing? All right, let's go look at what Maui's doing. Source, samples. That's where I wanted to go. So they're not bringing in essentials. Why not? Comet needs essentials. It does. I'm using it. Why is essentials not compatible? All right, so let's go change these two. We'll just do net 6. This one should, its default is now net 6. Now let's go do that to our this project. It's gotta think. We're getting there. We'll get this eventually. Again, hopefully this is all stuff you guys will never touch or deal with. You'll either do .NET New Maui app and it just will do it magically for you. I'm gonna, that one's already changed. All right, I'm just gonna save that one. Now let's see if it's happy. So I watched the first episode of Falcon versus Winter Soldier. I liked it. It's pretty good. I only watched the first episode though. Haven't gotten too far into it yet. My wife introduced me to another show we've been watching. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure what I think of it yet, even though I'm like 4 episodes in. It's The Booth at the End. Have you heard of that? It's the whole, all 4 episodes, 4 or 5 episodes I've seen. It take every single scene, everything happens in one. They have one set. That's it. It's got to be like the cheapest show to ever to make. It's the booth at the end in this tiny diner. It's the only scene they've ever had. I mean, they'll show the outside of the diner once in a while, like, oh, we're going back to the diner, but it's always in the diner, and that's just to give you reference for time of night or time of day. It's, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But people sit down with the guy at the booth in the booth at the end. They go sit down with him, and they ask him for things, and it's whatever they want. And then he opens his book and reads from it, and it tells them what they have to do to get that. And you don't know the guy's name, you don't know anything about him. He just makes deals with people basically. If you do this and you tell me about it, this will automatically happen for you. It's weird. Uh-oh. Now I got a ton of errors. Ton of errors. All this works. Where's my dog barking? All right. This null stuff drives me insane. All right. All of that hot reload helper and that are freaking out. Let's see if that cleaned it up. Let's go over here and see what happens here. It's weird. I don't know. And depending on what you ask for, just depends on, there's no rhyme or reason for what they're asked to do, it seems. It's odd. I don't know if I like it or not. It's just weird. All right, we're still getting that Android manifest thing. Let's go to iOS. See how we're doing here. All right, so let's just go to a 12 Pro. It's kind of brilliant to have your entire show have one set. I mean, curse you. Why does this work in the sample I copied it from? Does this need... What's that? That does not look right. .pri. Okay, if the targets aren't loading, I bring them into Comet. I'm just going to bring this in. I'm just going to copy this into the sample. Yeah, no problem, John. No problem. Try that. Go eat dinner. It's Friday nights. It's late your time, too. All right, let's come back to VS Code now that we've done that. I told you about the targets. And then inside of here, I'm getting unlimited null. I can disable this at the app level, can't I? I mean, at the view level. I want it to give me with the null coalescing. Yeah, so I just want to turn off the, I'm trying to remember, there's a ignore this. What do they call that? It's not the null check C# file. There was, no, I know you can do the not operator stuff, but there's the, and I'm okay with this thing coming nulls. It's supposed to have nulls. Normally it tells me. And why is it fine in the other one? I go back to the old solution, the non-net 6 one. It's not angry. Also, in an upcoming stream, one of the things I want to do, and I might work on this next week, is experimental. What if we were to add a WinForms backend to Comet or to Maui and Comet? So if we do that, we can take an existing WinForms app and start using C# hot reload and Comet right inside of it. I don't know. Would that be fun? Would people want to watch? I'm going to build the prototype anyway, but it's whether I should live stream or not, if people would enjoy that. I haven't done WinForms 10 years. Last time was that, what is that? My GitHub. What's on my GitHub? Something about that Monomac WinForms. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, I was typing mono. There we go. Monomac.windows.forms. I guess I touched it 5 years ago for some reason. Did I do that commit though? It was a pull request I took in. It was a pull request. That doesn't count. I didn't actually use it. Yeah, 10 years ago. It's been a while. But I think that could be fun. If you guys are interested, I might live stream it. Come on, Visual Studio. Any other fun things we want to talk about while we wait for Visual Studio? I'm just going to force quit it. I'm impatient. So I wonder what targets are missing that I can bring in. Plug your new gig. Ah, nullable enable. Then can I just do the nullable and then disable that? Yes, Sweeky is going to be doing MS Learn, guys. If you want to go and hang out with Sweeky, she's going to be doing MS Learn. That's going to be fun. I think that's right. Yeah, nullable. There's something like that. I can do it for that file. I just want to see if the why isn't it complaining on the other one? Because the other one has the nullable stuff enabled too. So unless they toggled something that I missed. April 9th. That's was today. Did you host today's Sweeky? Was today your first day at it? If so, I missed it. You didn't say anything. All right. Because that nullable stuff should not be causing issues today. We'll have to go back and check that out. That's awesome. Congrats. I might be abandoning this net core 6 stuff right now. Do it when John has a chance to help me figure out why my targets aren't coming in. I actually have not been on Twitter today, really. My even tweet saying I'm live streaming, that's all automated. I didn't do that. Oh. All right. Net 6 stuff is starting to bore me since it's not working. The VS Code stuff's working though, so that's cool. I just need to get. So what I could do is my own NuGet of the Maui stuff, put it into my local NuGet, specify that preview version and use that, which would cause all the right targets to come in. I just want to know why it won't work, even with me manually specifying those targets. Because this doesn't specify them. You know what, guys? We're going to go check a couple things out on this. So source, no, that's an external. Let's go back into sample. It's basically the same. All right, target, runtime condition. They have some extra things we don't. Oh no, that's right here. Okay. I'm just going to reorganize stuff. So that way it's about the same. This does have the conditional for the catalyst. So it doesn't run on Windows. Totally fine. Okay, so we move that runtime thing up. Outputs.exe. Single project is true. Names out of order, but that shouldn't matter. Just so I can compare this better. All right, version is packable. That's different. False. Here's a debugger workaround. And I manually brought in the target properties. Yeah, I don't want to disable it project wide. The problem is it's enabled project wide on Maui. And I just wanted to see if something was weird was going on because that file is fine. And I don't want to just go turn it off for core all the way. And it's, if we look at the editing, they have it turned on. They have it enabled right there. And I'm okay with that. I hate it, but I can deal. But my concern was, why is it fine and normal, not standard? Yeah, I mean, and I could see the benefit of it, but a lot of times, like, I'm fine with nulls. I null check everything. So I assume things are null by default. And I don't think everyone does. So it's kind of nice to have that if you're expecting things to have a value. But it's just, it's not even a good safety net, in my opinion, because it doesn't truly stop you from messing up. In my opinion, it gives you a false sense of security, and I'd prefer a real one. So if it's not truly going to make sure everything's not null, then that white space was bothering me. Yeah, and this build's just fine. Let's restart VS Code. Maybe something's already loaded. Maybe the targets didn't reload in memory from OmniSharp. Although that's running an MS build command. It's not OmniSharp. That's right. I'm going to restart it anyway. Oh, it hasn't finished loading yet. At least this one worked. Okay, run. All right, we'll try. If this doesn't work, maybe we can just go back to the other sample and we'll do the nullable false on those two files and see if we can get it to compile inside the IDE. OmniSharp's a little slow to do all the loading of the solution. Come on. It's killing me, Smalls. Waiting game. I need to try this on my little M1 Mac Mini. It's supposed to be pretty dang snappy. I'm really thinking I'm going to upgrade. My laptop's getting old now. It's a 16-inch Mac Pro. And just this painfully slow anymore. It's a problem. We keep making faster hardware, and then we keep making software that's slower. So it's a wash. Except then you have to buy new hardware. There we go. Try a catalyst. Okay. Yeah, I don't feel like fighting that much longer. That's oh, this sample. I turned this sample into net 6. So now it breaks everything. Comet's like, well, I don't know what to do with this thing. All right, we're gonna leave the net 6 sample stuff in there. We'll commit it in, even though it's very broken. But let me reset that sample. Even the GitHub app is going slow. I think I need to restart this computer. You know what? I'm gonna restart this computer. I don't have to kill my stream to restart my computer. And this might make our entire everything faster. So let's hang out while my computer restarts. See if I can get it to go. It's crying as I try to restart it. So, what is everyone working on? Anyone working on anything fun, exciting? I've just been working on Comet and Maui a lot. Oh, and my music stopped because, of course, my music is on this machine. Any fun side projects? Any fun work projects you can talk about? What are you planning on doing with Maui? What are you most excited about for Maui? Any Maui questions? Anything you want to know? Folder. Dang it, it's not quitting. It's saying that I'm syncing to my iPhone, which I'm not. Just close every window manually. Yesterday had some really good questions coming in about some of the Maui architecture. Ask any question. I don't care if it's hard, easy, whatever. What are we going to talk about? So I forced restart my Mac. Yeah, the perf, we're in the process for perf improvements. We're in the process of getting some of the tests running up to really show the perf improvements. You'll see more of those, especially once we have AOT on Android. You'll be able to look and see the difference. So, I've had my cooling pad turned off when I was fighting noise, trying to make it quieter in here. So I wonder if my laptop's just getting really hot and thermal throttling because the cooling pad it sits on is not on. Yeah, what specifically are you interested about? What's possible? I'm just curious. I mean, with Maui, there's a couple things to really differentiate. Because you get asked about like what's the difference with Maui, what's really coming, what's the new stuff. The architecture really does change things around and does make things a bit more performant. It really should get some performance hits just with the new architecture. Um, but aside from that, um, any of the stuff that you've been doing with Xamarin Forms, well, it should all basically work the same. A couple of the big improvements we've made, aside from the new re-architecture, is having right now there's that pull request and Easy's working on finishing it up, but you're going to have Maui.graphics built in by default. So this will be the first time you're going to have a cross-platform drawing layer in the box. inside of Xamarin. It's like Xamarin Form style thing, like we had with Maui, which we'll have with Maui, compared to before you could bring in Skia, um, but you don't need to bring in the weight of Skia. And Skia is awesome. I love it. And actually, yes, application lifecycle stuff actually landed today in P3. Well, it's been in, but it's in P3. And you can absolutely tie into those. We can even look at that if you want. But yes, what you can do is you'll be able to add an extension for our app builder, for the I application builder context or whatever, like I did for when I was adding comment support. And at that point, you'll be able to hook in. So your library, like you have now, you just normally have like an initialize for your library. And then say you're doing an auth library or something else or notification, you have to tie into all those application events. He's like, now go override this method in your app delegate and make sure you call into my library. All of that goes away, which is awesome, because it just doesn't need it, because you could be able to just do app builder.initialize my, or app builder.enable my auth library. So simple auth, we'll say that. We'll just have app builder.enable simple auth. And now inside of that, we can just now hook into those application lifecycle events, which is pretty awesome. All right, computer's restarted, reloading some stuff. Let me just get my windows all situated again, because everything goes to the wrong screen when I reboot, because why not? What goes over to here, get it all over there. All right, that's looking good. I think we're in good shape. I don't have my preview up, so if the stream goes down, I can't see, but I can bring that up in a minute. All right, so loading up comment.mac again, and let's bring you guys back. I turned on my fans, or my cooling pad. I hope that doesn't mess with the sound quality, but I think it will be worth it for performance and CPU throttling. So are there going to be any of the beginner guides? Yes, right now we were just actually talking about that in another meeting today about how we need to update all of the getting started in all of our docs. And so all of the docs getting started are all going to migrate. So anything that was Xamarin Forms is going to switch over to Hello World Maui. You're probably not going to see a lot of Comet content at the start. And the reason is Comet is still considered experimental and will stay that way for a while. However, I'm going to work on getting, we already had a template already for Comet. We're going to get some newer templates in here that are for Maui based. You'll be able to do like .NET New, Maui Comet, or whatever. I don't even know what it's going to say, but probably .NET New Comet, something like that. And it will build and then you'll have like a little template. I mean, it'll just have a little tiny app. So you'll have the starting point for an app. And the samples do need cleaned up in Comet, and it's going to happen when? I don't know. I want to work on the framework more before I start digging more into samples and get more of the Comet and Maui stuff working. So, why is it? Oh, I didn't plug my, let me plug. Hold on. I'm like, no signal. It should show up any second now. All right, my screens are flashing. It's coming. All right, there we go. Now we can see my screen. So yeah, we're back up and running, clicking build. Net 6, this is still gonna be broken. I'm gonna click run just in case. That loaded a lot faster that time. I think I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, this is so much snappier. I think my computer was just overheating and crying. So reboot, clear it all out, cooling pads on. Yeah, that's a lot faster. It's freaking out with how slow that thing was going. I really think I was just thermal throttling, or thermal throttled. Again, go, 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 be nice to me. Oh, I've killed this threading thing multiple times. That used to exist. We don't need it anymore. I ditched that in Comet a long time ago. All right. We're just gonna go over here. Restore. Can I do it at the solution level? Restore NuGet package. Let's let that go. I'm really sad because the Mac Catalyst stuff is awesome, and I wish I could debug with that right now, but it's not. Xamarin iOS 10. This restoring package is gonna take. It's going. Definitely going. It's doing something. Oh, I have to turn music back on. Computer restarted. Okay. Almost done in here. I hope. All right. So I'm going to commit some of this net6 stuff. Maybe I'll do it in a branch. Yeah. I just don't want to lose any of that. Publish that up so everyone has it. This is going to freak out Visual Studio. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be happy no matter what it is. There. Now Git's happy. Let's go back. That thing's still in there. Go away. I do like that threading library, but now I'm not using it. I'm using Maui Essentials. And to be honest, the essential stuff's bothering me right now. So I might, let's fix that. I couldn't run my unit tests without a custom version of essentials because, yeah, let's fix that. So what I did was I deleted thread helper. And I'm going to go to Comet, an old branch, and we're going to bring thread helper back. Did I comment it out? No, I just full on deleted it. So let's go to an old branch. This is old. This guy. The only things we're really worried about are these things. And yeah, we'll bring something like this back. I had one that ditched. I want to go, let's go back to, I don't want to do that one. That's too old. All right. Doesn't exist in dev. That's fine. Let's go back a few commits while the IDE finishes restoring packages. All right. So let's go to commits. And let's go back before I started doing all this Maui stuff. 3 days, older, older. All right, here we go. If we go to these ones will have the old one. So let's browse files at this commit, source. Let's go to Comet, helpers, thread helper. No, this still has the old stuff in it. All right, it's all right. We're going to start from here. Come on, finish restoring. And the reason is if I try running my unit tests, I'm just going to try running them. Let's just see what happens. They're going to freak out and they're going to blow up. And the reason is inside of Essentials, there's main thread. I switched everything to using main thread. Main thread for beautiful, works great. This is the code I Oh no, that's all the shared code. That's all right. Now if we go to standard, so if you try running any of this stuff in the unit tests, that's what happens. And I don't like that. And I didn't realize that when I converted everything over from Thread Helper. How many times do I need to move that over? All right. So now we got Thread Helper back. Now this joinable thread stuff I loved, I killed it. It doesn't exist anymore. That was inside that Visual Studio thing, and I really did like it. It was cool. But all right. So what we need to do is we set the main thread. I'm just going to delete all this stuff because all this stuff is not used anymore. The only thing we really need is this run on main thread. And now, actually, we don't even need all this stuff. What we do need, why do I not have IntelliSense? All right, so inside of, all right, now we're starting to get some stuff. So inside the standard is main thread's going to blow up. So annoying. All right. Let's go copy this namespace in. So just cleaning this up because we are going to use main thread dot this guy. All right. That should be good. And that's what we're going to do. So this thing is really, really lame. It used to be cool and it used to do all kinds of things for threading and going back and forth. But main thread helper, this main thread should do that for us. So now I need to search inside a Comet. And we're going to search for main thread. And we're going to bring it back to thread helper. Now Comet should build again. We'll try building while that searches. So all this stuff goes. Any more questions? Feel free to interrupt me at any time and ask questions. I'm just chilling, listening to music while I code and waiting for the ID a lot. And this stuff does not take much brain power, so you're not going to like make me lose my train of thought. All right, here we go. I don't care about any of the essential stuff. Let's sort this by project. And oops. And we're going to switch this all over to thread helper. Why are you saying thread helper doesn't exist? And we're actually just going to we're just going to replace all these. We're going back to this. And then our unit tests, since we're wrapping it, we'll be able to fix it. I don't know why it's saying that doesn't exist. It'll catch up. Has to. Okay, a few more. Almost done. I don't think there's much more after we get through this stuff. Lots of this making sure we're on the main thread stuff. Oh, no, that's essentials. We don't want to touch essentials. All right, so that's it for there. All right, so let's save everything. Let's try running this again. Now, inside of my tests, we don't care about a main thread in tests. We just don't. This thing goes in here and calls this thing, right? This sets this puppy all up. So inside of here, instead of that, done. Now we can invoke on the main thread in our tests. That's what I wanted. So now our tests aren't going to blow up saying it's not implemented. What's this? What is this missing? Oh, they changed stuff. I haven't even tried running my unit test in a while. What does that thing returning? All right, not implemented. Is that what I just virtual view? I don't even see it. Aha, here we go. All right, that was the current view thing. We're just gonna return that puppy. All right, let's run that. And I'm not sure, was this here before? It's probably not even used. We'll find out. See if our, oh, I don't want to build. I debugged. I just wanted to run our test now. All my tests aren't fixed, but I fixed most of them the other day when I was doing all the Comet to Maui stuff. There's still some that are broken. So they should all work, but before every test was broken because the invoking on the main thread stuff. Now we don't have to wait for essentials to fix it. And if you're doing your own unit test stuff, I'd highly recommend something like that. Because my test base, it calls that, which that just sets up all of the things I need. So really useful on tests. And it's sad that we need the thread helper, that we need to wrap that puppy. But since main thread is broken, does need to be async. Okay, come on, build. Why is my, oh, I uninstalled this thing, I thought. I'm like, turn that off. My sound was just like bottoming out my bass. I'm like, what's going on? That's better. I skipped like 3 songs because the bass sounded horrible. That's when I knew I was getting old. The other day, I actually turned down the bass in my car. I was like, what? I am totally getting too old. Not like I don't like bass or anything, but I don't know why. It's just too much in the car the other day. Younger me would be very disappointed. All right, where are we going? Mapper test. We actually don't need mapper test because the mapper stuff is all tested elsewhere. So does that... This must be... It's internal. Why is our crap internal? That's what I did last time was I added internal visible to, and I didn't commit that in my branch. If I do that, I can bring back my mapper test. All this internal stuff drives me nuts. And it's comet.test. All right, so let's run this again. See what happens. Fixing unit tests are always good. So my promise to everybody is I will have Comet, the MVU stuff, Comet up to date with whatever we're releasing with controls. Not, and now when I say controls, if we look at the Maui repo, I just want to be clear, explicitly clear. Inside of Maui, inside of source, there's controls. I will have Comet up to date with everything that's in controls. Compatibility has everything from legacy forms. No, I can't do that. But core has controls, which are the implementations. These are the XAML implementations of what's inside of core. And so I will have everything from core implemented. Keeping that up to date, I'll have that implemented with the first release. It'll still be marked as experimental, but you'll have a NuGet that will let you use MVU and Comet with anything you can do in core and controls at launch. It's recorded. Proof I said it. But that's what I'm promising. I will keep it up to date and you'll have access to that at launch. Did this namespace change? It did. That used to not be internal. So does that answer your question? Is that good enough? Hopefully that's good enough. No, because the performance will be there. I think it like try it out. I see nothing wrong with trying it out. The thing is, there will be probably breaking changes. The moment it's shipped officially, I can't break anything anymore. And there's a lot that I'm still not 100% set on Comet. So if you're fine with the API, the shape of it changing some, especially as we evolve C# to make this nicer, then it's fine. So there's a couple things that I really, really hate in Comet. But we can't do for C# changes until we get C# changes. One of them that I'm pushing for that I loathe. I hate this. Okay. I hate that. I don't want that to stay. Now, there's a couple of reasons that's there. I could make view a property. Wow, every test failed. Okay, maybe not all of them. but a lot just failed. But it's running. Oh, I wanted to double clicking on that. I want to go to the source test, not rerun it. All right, but let's go back to my app. Now there's a couple things in here, and let's look at how if we built a new page or whatever, right? My app 2. All right, so right now when you're building UI out, you have two ways of specifying the body. One is by doing app 2. And you can just do this, right? No, oops, sorry. This is new VStack, right? And you can just build these things out. No, that doesn't need a new. That just needs that. That's what it needs. And actually, let's bump the OS or this version back up. The language version. 9, baby. 9. All right. So you can do this, right? And then you can build that same exact stuff out like we did here. That requires a constructor. I don't like that either. Now I could do to where I have if public virtual void the body, and don't, it just would be called body, but I can't have two things the same thing, right? That's half the battle, right? So now we have this thing, right? What? And then return this. Okay, that would be the default implementation, right? So now if we have a subclass, let's just do this really quick. And we're going to put this down here. So I would love it if you could just come into here and say override body. I don't want to call it the body. I don't want to call it something different. I want a body, right? That's all it is. But I can't because this is a function. Now I could do something to where you can do override. Let's just jump into body, right? So I could do, can I do a virtual get only? No, I can't. I didn't think I could. But what I could do is do a virtual, which I don't like, because now you got to call the base stuff, or I got to do something to make sure that thing changed. But override body, this is ugly, right? It gets so ugly. It just does, right? Now, what would be cool and what would make me super, super, super happy, which inside of C#, if we were able to just go body equals, this is the C# change I want to happen. I want that to be valid syntax, right? That would be slick. That would make me super happy. And it's all like, this doesn't exist. But that's what I truly want. If we could do that, money. And in that case, all you're doing is ditching it. I mean, I just like that. I like that a lot. See, that's not valid. And then let's just say we're doing something that is valid. So we're going to add something new here. Func, just because I can do it in this instance. If I do func view new body, this would just be named body, right? Has all that other junk in there. Now here, since I'm declaring, I can do equals, but I can't do it on something from a subclass. Now here, I would just say new VStack. Now that's cool, right? That works. Now there's still some issues in C#. If I do new text, all right, cool. It's happy. It likes that. I can say, hey guys. But let's just say I do read only state string the text value. Wah, wah, wah. Doesn't work. It should. It's saying this won't work because the text is not static or something that's going to be initialized before this happens. However, this is not called at initialization. This is an action. This is a return value. This return value should not have those same rules. So until I get more of the C# language stuff fixed, this is just one example of things that will be a lot better once we fix the language. And so until these things happen, I don't want the Comet API solidified, because if it does, I'm not going to be allowed to change this. So does that make sense? Yes. And so for now, you're going to be stuck with this, which is fine. That's the best I can come up with right now with current C# limitations. Or do the whole public my app 2 body equals so you're gonna be stuck with this crap for now. No, not yeah. Oh, this doesn't get a semicolon. So that's what you're stuck with for now. And this is not horrible. It's not. It's just me nitpicking. It's me being, but I mean, the moment I can just say, take this out of the constructor and just throw that right there, that's money. That's what I really want. And that's going to take multiple language changes. One, like I'm saying, I should be able to do this, even though body exists in my app. Actually, it goes all the way down to view. That still should be valid, and it's not. Why is this so unhappy? It just doesn't like that syntax at all. It's confusing it. Oh, yeah, that's better. So, yeah. And for those reasons, I just don't want it to be production ready as far as Microsoft standards go, because the moment we mark it as such, you won't be able to use it. Now, are you going to have performance gains probably from waiting? Probably. We're going to make it better. There's lots of things I want to do just for quality of life. The way the bindings work, I would like to improve a lot. I think there's a lot we can do with source generators to make that better. And I've started on some of that in a different branch. It's really, really old. It's like a year old now, but there's some things we can do like that. And so I just don't want to be locked in. And so it's selfish reasons we won't hit production. So, but will I use this in production? Absolutely. Yes. So the diffing stuff is pretty cool. And so the diffing stuff actually gets into tricky things like how much of that should we do versus other things. Like if you look at other frameworks, I do think I'm going to give in to the purists a little bit. Right now, the purists hate this. They're saying it's not real MVU because I don't diff the tree every time something changes, which is a huge perf gain, especially on mobile. But I am going to allow you to manually trigger the diff. So you can say, hey, just diff it. And so you'll be able to, at some point, button click, do something like this, dot begin update, this dot end update, something like that. And so that way, if you're not using my the iNotify property read and iNotify property changed, you can then still trigger updates if you're using pure records. I mean, that's one of the cool things about records, how they're immutable and things like that. And because of that, how do I update bindings based off of them? So we'll do there'll be something like this that I'll probably add in the next week or so is kind of my thoughts. So you can manually trigger the diffing. And to be honest, I've thought about it. I actually don't think I want to begin. I think I just want to do something that says like view updated or something that says like this dot view changed or something like just saying changed or this dot reload. Reloads sounds heavy. So, or I don't know. I'm thinking something like that. Instead of doing the begin and end, I don't think we need the begin and end. Doing the only benefit to that is you tell it to stop listening because you're going to bulk change things. Or actually, it might be like update state. Yeah, it'll be something like that. So you can say like, hey, I'm done. State updated or something like that. Yeah, actually state updated. But yes, this would make it to where whenever you do this, this will tell it instead of doing, because right now it's smart enough to know when click value changes, it can rerun this action and reevaluate and do the string. And it would allow you to, instead of making things actions, just do that code. That code would now update. And that code right now will actually update. If we run this, it should actually yell at you and say, hey, you're forcing the diff. But you saying force the diff is an option. So that way, if you don't implement I notify property changed or I notify property read on your view models or on your models, you'll tell it just to update. Just a manually way to trigger the diff. Bring my, oh, I'm on the wrong simulator. Where is that simulator? I don't have that one running. It'll launch it. But aside from major quality of life improvements, well, major not like ditching the body and things like that, it'll be pretty close to production in my opinion. All right. So look at this. It actually yells at you saying, hey, every time you click plus, we're going to diff the tree. And you'll notice how the layout fixed itself because we have that layout bug because it did a full diff on the tree. And you're watching this thing diff itself. And it's yelling at you every time, hey, don't do this. That's horrible. Whereas if you go like this and we save it, now when we click, it doesn't diff the whole thing. Pretty sweet. But now the whole tree doesn't diff. It's just running that action again, which is not like I can put a breakpoint in that. Actually, if I was to do then we can put a breakpoint here and one on the whole stack changing. All right, so that's going to do a full refresh because it should. Ah, breakpoint's not hitting. It's not rebuilding the whole view compared to it was. You'll watch this view gets built every single click, which is what the pure people who are into pure MVU really want. They want this to, rather than having the magic diffing. I don't know. I like the magic. I like my magic data binding. You can see the efficiency right there. It's not rebuilding that whole view and diffing it. All right. What to work on now then? Giving up on the net 6 stuff for now. That was a little painful. There's got to be something fun to work on. What time is it? Almost 3 o'clock. I got time. Okay. Maybe I do scroll view. There's scroll view due to compatibility and Comet and the other stuff, and I want a scroll view. And we've already got enough content that's already blowing stuff off the screen. New scroll view. Why did that not indent? Actually, it went in too far. All right, so let's just run this. And it's complaining everything is no size. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. I'm going to just put a breakpoint here. And let's just change something to trigger refresh. Save that. All right. Content view is a layout. Size to fit. That's old code. It's going to say it's nothing. Okay, so then we're going to measure the virtual view. We need to measure the content view. All right, so let's pause that. What if, oh no, we are doing virtual view dot. What if we take that size to fit out? Or we do content dot frame equals bounds. No, equals native view. Just curious if that will fix it. Check that out. We have a size now. It's better. Why'd that size go so wide? And look at that. All right, so this is definitely our issue. Is this? All right, so let's refresh this again. Actually, I can just trigger that. Hey, desired size was never called. Okay, there we go. Set that. Yeah, why is desired size never being called? I'm going to start from scratch. Layout bugs could be all we're running into. So I am going to not set that frame, actually. Build, build, build. All right, so let's run through this. It never called get desired size. Ever. Let's go into the view handler. What the heck? It's not in a layout. Since it's not in a layout, we're going to have to manually deal with this crap. If as a root view, the scroll view is going to be set to a size. Oh, let me just test something. Let me test a theory on that. Let's go to my app, and we should need to do this. And this, we'll just let it finish building. We might be able to just hot reload this. Why didn't that format? I bet this time we're going to get desired content size. Why is that width so big? There is let's all right, so I'm going to stop this just because I want to be able to debug in this thing. And debugger's not having fun right now. So let's just do these things in a scroll view will measure funny. Let's try that. All right, let's try that. And we're going to go in our main view and we're going to remove that C stack. We don't need that. Let's just see if that's what our issue is. We're not actually, when the frame's set, we're not measuring and filling out the children. And what we can do is go look at the the list view, layout handler stuff. Because this is like a layout. This is a layout. Hey. There we go. Why? How? Beautiful. It's fixed. Hey, it's bigger this time. Nope, it's not getting any bigger that time. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Ship it. How is that how it measured it? All right, so let's go to see if there's something in here. Maybe that might work. Let's just go back to the stack layout. same. Come on. See if there's something in layout. Let's. How? Let's start from scratch. See, I think I'm just gonna have to sit down and work with Easy and try and fix the layout. He says he has a branch that fixes a lot of things, but I'm just missing something. We're just gonna start and stop again because I want to see what the heights are coming out of these children. All right. Why in the world? All right, so let's try this. This is trippy. Did that have a handler? Maybe it didn't. If it's measuring before they have handlers, handlers null. It's doing it before the handlers are ready. Check it out. Its frame got set first. Let's do that. So measured. What I have in there. I wonder. We're going to do something funky in here. I just want to see what's going to happen. Put some breakpoints in here. Let's see what's coming out of this puppy. Oh, I should have hot reloaded. I forget. Speaking of easy, he just still working on that system.graphics pull request. All right. That's better. Yes. I don't like that width.infinity though. It's like you can't make me that big. That I don't like for now. Let's do something different. Let's see if that cleans it up a little bit. I think we're getting somewhere though. Not liking it, but we might have a scroll view. What's it complaining about? All right, let's just go back to. I'm guessing it's still coming out with infinity. Let's just double check this. Double dot is infinity measured size dot width. We'll go with that. Just for now, because I don't know what else to do. I don't like that. Scroll view should be smarter than that. All right, let's see what this does. With, oh, we set it right here. Why is that set rec coming in as empty? That doesn't trigger anything? It's because in a layout, it overrides layout subviews. So scroll view is going to need a special control. Let's That's the difference. That's what's happening. So when that frame sets, it's not triggering a reload of anything. That's why we're having all these issues. Okay, I can't code without IntelliSense. Let's go fix that. What's the namespace on that? What did I put all those others under? .ios? Try building, see if it goes. All right, well, that builds. I'm going to AFK for like 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
All right, we're back. And it actually did not complain, but we don't have IntelliSense yet. I need IntelliSense. Let's see what we can do here. Might have to restart the IDE. Maybe I can just do something fancy here. Oops, wrong library. Let's go into here and just see if this closing it and reopening it fixed it. No. Close it, unload and reload it. That might do it. Please reload. No, you don't want to reload? Oh, it did it. Just no UI interaction telling me it was doing it. Platform. While I'm at it, restart the whole thing. All right, let's get in here. So fast. I don't know how to handle the speed. All right, finish loading. Give me my scroll view. Give me my IntelliSense. It's just taunting me. So close, yet so far away. I'm gonna go check that CI stuff while this goes. See, hey, this actually, no, it didn't publish because it wasn't a tag. Whereas on this one, how does it say it was successful? Then it shows errors. It made the physics though, but I don't know if the physics will have everything in it needs. That looks better. It's close. Wait, I don't have. It's not. I think I have to build first. Maybe building gives me IntelliSense on the. Can't remember. All right, so this is close. Something's wrong with the job settings though. With name. Should find it. I don't know why that didn't go. That's weird. Very weird. The argument of not buying faster, better machines for developers does not make sense to me. When you watch these streams and you see how much time people spend waiting on their machine. Now it's blue. All right, and on this, we are going to do all right, so here what we will do, let's bring all this in. All right, is my keycaster not going? Oh, it is. I just didn't see it. All right, so yeah, it's doing that. Okay, it is doing hotkeys. That hotkey doesn't work though. It's not showing that one. That's weird. All right, so override. This puppy. I like how it defaults to that now, that syntax. All right, now here, what we need to do is go grab all that junk we just did. Which, no, actually, all we need to do here, check this out. I think this will actually work better. How do I pass that to the handler? Actually, we might be able to just do it. Oh, that only has a get. Okay, so let's go look at what layout does. Because one of these will just tie into those and then proxy that crap down. So core layouts. I thought in iOS there was a layout view. There is a layout view. So they just do a thing here that invokes it. And this hooks into that there. All right, we can do the same thing. I like it. And then, hello, Blue Roy TV. How's it going? We're almost done with this scroll view, I hope. All right, that will make a big difference. And that's all they did was, oh, dang it. Actually, that's not as efficient as what we'll do. We'll just do this. This is actually a bit more efficient. Um, checking Kickstarter project. What you doing in Kickstarter? With Plaza app, huh? What are you building it in? All right, so we'll do that. Now we just need to tie into that. Are you building it yourself? Ah, Flutter. Nice. How you liking it so far? All right, so core. Let's go into the handlers. No, wrong handlers. We're in these handlers. Almost done with this. All right, so now here, all they did, we're just going to steal that same code. I thought I just added those. Oh, There we go. Now we don't need that. Much better, much better. All right. Oh, it's not going to have a range because it is not a real layout. We might want to do something fancy on that arrange. We might need to put this junk in there. Let's see what it does. All right, so now we're getting that set rect once. We get that weird thing, container. Why do we have breakpoint there? Scroll view is now getting the measuring stuff much better. Missing something. We're missing something. All right, so let's hook into that arranged thing. I think that's a problem. All right, so inside of here, we have a rectangle. Woo, hey, didn't like that hot reload. Let's try that again. Oh, we don't have the internal visible stuff to on Comet. Okay, that is caused. I fixed that on the handler stuff, but we don't have it fixed here. You'll notice on core has inside of properties assembly info. That's what lets it be internal visible to reloadify. But we don't have a properties on Comet. Where's that stupid thing? It didn't fix it. But now I can't hot reload this until we fix that. So let's add, uh, we'll do it the right way. Add new folder. Add new class. We'll add in the assembly info. And do we need anything for that? We do. That's what I figured. All right. Now we can hot reload internal stuff. Even though I don't like internal stuff and there shouldn't be much of it, I can hot reload this. And I'm not using that rectangle that's coming out of there at all. I might just wait on the scroll view stuff from core. It's a weird one. It's a layout, but it's not. Whoa, whoa, measured size goes from infinity. Why did measure size go to 0? I don't even know what to say. Oh, I shouldn't have stopped hot reload. I'm going to fix this after we hot reload. All right. My mind is blown on this stupid thing. All right, let that thing freak out. Do it wrong. Oh, why is that? That's what we're going to do. It's going to need to hot reload again to get that right. It didn't give us the right height. That's better. Let's remove some breakpoints. Oh no, it did. That's a hack. I am not happy with that code. But I like that. Did our button click still work? All right. Made good progress here. We have an ugly implementation of a scroll view. Let's just try this out for kicks. Much better. Oh, I love it. Love it. All right, let's see what it looks like from the start now. I bet my image is still going to be jacked up, but let's find out. I need to stop yawning. It's Friday night. Can't be this tired. It's Friday night. I knew that was going to be weird. Whoa. Do you guys see the artifacts on the side? That's the simulator. You can see the tearing. I don't know if it's coming across on the stream, but that's weird. It was just that location. It's not tearing anymore. Weird graphics glitch. Moving it fixed it completely. Huh. Weird. Very weird. But hey, that's hot reloading. Now, if we hot reload it again, it'll fix that height. We've got to fix the invalidating layout. So I'm just curious. I'm going to look at that code really quick and see how hard that would be to just fix on our own branch. So if we go into handlers, layout handler, actually, let's go look at, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Let's check something else out. These layout handlers, they don't map anything till it's telling it to reset itself. Why? What are we? That's our problem. All right, let's look at this really quick. So when we run invalidate, do we send an update to anything? Let's go look at view. Comet controls view. We need to send something invalidate measure to the handlers. And it might actually only be at the layout level we need that. It's like override. All right, that's fine. We don't need to deal with that. Let's jump into this invalidate layout, invalidate measurement. Now, this is not a hot reloadable thing. Why am I not? Call view handler. Dot. Oh, all right. Actually, we might do it at the view level. Let me go look at the view handler. Maybe. And I don't know if I'm going to like how I'm doing this. Let's just stop this. And now on the handler, so on our layout, actually, we can do this at the view level. So we can do name of iView dot map and all right. Where do we do these at? Now, do we do these? Does this force this? All right, we're going to put that on iOS individually. And what do we call that? I just want to make sure I call it the same thing. All right, so let's do dot native view as UI view. Actually, isn't this used for Mac, iOS? Should be fine. Dot set needs layout. And I can't remember, is there another one like that? Hey, Cho King, thanks for the follow. All right, so doing something like this should work. I just want to see. I think that's all we need. I think we only need that for the arrange. I have no idea. What we're going to do is we're going to now go put this on Android. And it's going to be empty on Android just because Windows, we're going to do the same thing. And do we have a standard? Yes. Maybe we don't. I'm just going to try running it. Let's see what happens. Oh, we do have a standard. It's in this folder. So let's just jump into here. This is going to freak out until we have that in there. All right, that should be happy. Let's see if I totally screwed something else up. So that was something you probably haven't seen me do before. In this handler, just learning a little bit how these handlers work. What is this? What did I mess up? Why is it complaining? This is, it does exist. I just added it. Let's just restart the solution. So what I did there is something very different than what we've done in the past. Oh, I bet I put it on the type stuff. I think I know what to do. I put that on the of type stuff. We don't have a per platform of type. I mean, of the non of type. So let's fix that. That's what I did wrong. And to be honest, we're just going to if iOS that for right now because I don't feel like doing it right. I just want to see if this works. And I want to go look at that code with you guys and explain how that thing works because it's fancy, fancy. All right, so what we're going to do, you see Android has one. And actually, let's just go in. Is that the only change I have in core right now? So we're going to remove this, go here. There we go. I added that into these, didn't I? I definitely did there. All right, we're just going to run it. So I actually, while that's compiling, I wanted to explain this thing a little bit. So a lot of people are getting familiar with the mapper stuff, right? The idea with the mapper is it controls it contains a mapping, a one-to-one of properties to a method that will apply that property changed. Now, the reason we have this in this dictionary and it works this way is you look at the old stuff, and if you look at the old renderers, we would have on elements changed, you would loop through, you would go through and you'd have a go apply all these properties. And then you would have on property change, you'd have a switch statement. If property name equals this, go run this property. Well, guess what? You're running the same exact things on start as you are on property changed. It's just how you tie them up. So if you do it by a dictionary, what we do is we loop through and we call everything in this thing on start. I mean, sorry, not on start, on element changed, basically. So we're just going to loop through and call everything in there. And then on property changed, we have the dictionary to look through. And people are like, oh, a dictionary, isn't that slow? Actually, no, it's not. When your switch statements get big, the compiler will automatically turn them into dictionaries because they're fast. They do. So, oh, I need to go reset that standard one. Close it already. So we're just going to delete that. Boom, you're dead. All right. So that gives us a nice way of just doing that. And I need to do some fancy in here. Actually, I could have just done as native view type, which would have done it. There, that's done. All right. So as I was saying, what that'll do is it will automatically create the dictionary for you anyway. And so we're just giving you that dictionary. Now this actions thing, I don't know if this is used anywhere in core yet. This is there because sometimes you have a property change style event or some way where your iView needs to talk to your handler. And the only way that the iView talks to a handler is by that update property. And let's just talk about a web view, or in this case, invalidate range. I don't want you to invalidate the range or the measure. Why in the world would you do that on control or on element changed? Dang it, didn't fix it. I was hoping. Why can't I put a breakpoint there? So I was really hoping that would, there it goes. I was really hoping that would fire that. It doesn't even fire that. So let's, because we're not calling the invalidate range. Let's just do, we're going to do that. Then we're going to do map, no, iView dot. We're going to have to probably, I don't know if that'll hot reload. So I'm going to stop and start it just to see. But what we're saying is, okay, invalidate measure, don't call that when we're setting the control initially. But we need it there for on property changed. So anything that would happen on property changed, or when the handler tells me something changed, like measurement, or we can do the things to where we say, actually, what's map frame do? Handler dot set frame. Does that invalidate as well? I think it does. I don't know. We could inject into that maybe. I don't know. All right, so here we go. Now we're telling that to perfect. Let's remove that breakpoint. Didn't work. My thing's still squished and wonky. What if we then did handler dot if view is I layout, or if handler is I layout handler. Nope, that should be on the view. Layout. Where's the arrange stuff live? Because on layout handler, I framework element arrange. Perfect. So we can just do view dot arrange. I don't know if this is right. No, it's going to need to remeasure and validate all the measurement stuff. It's going to need to measure. I was hoping doing this. I'm going to put a breakpoint here. I don't know. I'm just going to have to talk to Easy and we're going to have to work through this another way. But the idea is on that, yeah, like I was saying, that actions thing only fires later. So on a web view, if you have like a back button or a refresh, we're going to want to tell handler, hey, refresh, handler, hey, go back. And if it does, off it goes. But we don't want to go back or refresh on page start when that element is first hit. So yeah, that's what that actions thing is here. And like I said, I don't think we're using that yet because I don't think we've converted over any controls that need it, but that is something that will be needed, which is pretty sweet. This is all happening through all my invalidate measure stuff, which looks right. I don't know. I don't know. Let me just see if. Oh, wrong one. I want to go to mine. All right. I think I'm getting towards the end of my streaming time. Does anyone have any questions while I try and figure these last few things out? Uh, so where I did that was, I just want to look at one other thing in that view handle, scroll view handler. Oh, virtual view. No, dot view dot measure. Maybe that was it. I did the wrong view. All right. Well, that runs. I'm going to look and see if there's someone we should rate. If anyone has any input on another live coder out there that's doing cool things, I'm going to see. It's Friday night. I don't know who's still streaming this late on a Friday. I'm a weirdo like that. All right. Let's see if this fixes it. Remove those breakpoints. Still broken. Still broken. That's fun. Not really. I was hoping something, I don't know. I'm going to have to just, yeah, I'm going to have to sit down and talk to Easy and we'll walk through the layout and figure out what needs to be done to make this work. And I was playing games. Grumpy Dev's actually building games though. You can go check on Grumpy Dev. He does some cool stuff. And like I said, he's building a game. And he's not really that grumpy, even though he goes by Grumpy Dev. All right. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I want to get some more of this stuff figured out. I'm a little sad it's not working yet. Hopefully, yeah, I'll talk to Easy. And I don't understand the layout stuff enough. Figure out how to hook into the layout. And honestly, I shouldn't be doing my own scroll view. I should be helping the pull request to get the real scroll view into core. That's what we need. And then I'll just use the core one. Also, coming up, and maybe next week I'll start on the WinForm stuff for fun. I want to try building forms for Comet, which means I'll probably just do it for Maui. And we'll see where we are with that. And hopefully we'll do something cool. I hope. Maybe people will enjoy that. I haven't done WinForms in so long, so it'll be fun. And thanks guys for hanging out. And I'll be back next week. Let's go check out Grumpy Dev. See you guys later.